I have loved video games pretty much all my life, since my dad first bought our N64, which was the first console that we ever actually had. And we always played violent video games together. No big deal. It was a bonding experience for us, really. Our first game we ever played was GoldenEye, and we played it together. And I've never had any violence problems. And there are other people that disagree and say video games make you violent, or video games make you really aggressive, or they desensitize you. There are also others that say video games are good. They improve your visual attention skills and your ability to reason and problem solve. I'll start off with the better of the two. Dr. Ezreal Cornell from the Office of Naval Research said that video games help adults process information 10 to 20% faster than people that don't play video games. He also says that the ability to reason and problem solve is a lot better if you play video games. And I tend to agree, because if you've ever played a game called Portal, which is just a huge puzzle game, and it's pretty much one of the funnest games I've played in a long time, the whole game is just one giant puzzle, and it helps you problem solve from one to the next. Another researcher at the University of Rochester in New York said that it improves visual attention skills, and they got that from doing an experiment, which was they got gamers and non-gamers alike to partake in an experiment, which they sat them in front of a computer screen, and they basically read something, and for 1/160th of a second, something would pop up on the screen, and more often than the non-gamers, the gamers could point out where it was and what it was. So that just proved that your visual attention skills are better with games, and you notice more things in life while with video games. But of course, there are people that disagree and say video games shouldn't be played because they make you violent or aggressive. Like Dr. Bruce Bartholow from the University of Missouri, he says that video games desensitize kids. They make you not feel as much whenever you see something graphically disturbing, or you see something that you shouldn't see. But I don't agree with that, because I played violent video games all my life, and about 2 years ago, I watched my grandmother die in front of me, and that made me feel awful. I wasn't desensitized from that. I felt extremely bad. I don't know how to even put that. I felt awful. It didn't desensitize me at all. But yeah, another professor named Dr. Laura Davis, a psychiatrist in San Francisco, says that video games make people more violent. And basically she stated that the more violent video games you play, the more aggressive you'll become. And she actually stated that the Sandy Hook shooting and the Aurora shootings were because of the person that did the shootings played video games a lot, which those two are really not related. The two people that did the shootings were emotionally disturbed. They were messed up people. They needed help. And that's what Dr. Henry Jenkins from Massachusetts Institute of Technology says, that children, not only adults, but children understand that the rules in video games are different from the rules in real life. He says that children understand that it's completely different. It's wrong to kill people in real life, whereas it's not wrong in video games. So it's just, he states that it doesn't make any sense that video games would make people kill people. Just because you play a violent video game doesn't mean you want to kill someone. And personally, I've been playing video games for the past, 14 years of my life, And since I was 6 years old, I've been playing video games, and the majority of them were violent. I have no urge to kill people. I don't want to just go out and commit mass murder. It doesn't make any sense to me. I have no violence problems or aggression problems. So all in all, I really love video games, and I see nothing wrong with them, and actually see that they help people in a lot of situations. Thanks.